All right, our very first Braze MCP, Braze AI focused office hours. Let's get into it. Super excited.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
Braze MCP part 1. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. So Braze recently launched a feature called an MCP server. It stands for Model Context Protocol. In simple terms, it's a bridge that lets AI tools like Cursor or Claude safely talk to Braze data. So instead of having to go into a dashboard and like build a report, we can just ask in plain English, like we're using ChatGPT, which campaigns had the highest click rate from last week, and then the MCP server will help get that data from Braze.
Awesome.
Yeah. In terms of what it does, kind of just dove into that, but fetch performance data, campaign details, anything you ask. So like when marketers, you can use this to get quick questions like, which campaigns perform best or how engagement is trended over month to month, all without like touching SQL, relying on data teams, and or like we've all done digging into like millions of canvases and like looking back for the last few months to try to put a report together for a team or something like that. So that's that. But one important thing to call out is that it's not going to give you like all of the data that's in Braze because this relies on API endpoints. It's only going to give you whatever the API endpoint has access to. So like one of the things you may not be able to get is like, why didn't my user receive this email 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
You could go ahead.
Or like, what is the trigger for this campaign? That's not available in the APIs. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if it's available via API, you can get it. Mm-hmm. If not, you might be able to like piece something together to try to get it, but it's not going to be 100% accurate.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's pretty much like ChatGPT that can read our Braze data, but only what's available through the API. So I think part of these series that we're going to do, it's important to focus on what's available in the APIs. I think we should actually spend some time looking at the API doc pages too, to let everybody know like, okay, these are the fields that this MCP agent is working with. But yeah, it's not going to like start building campaigns for you and like, doing all sorts of crazy analysis. It works with what it has.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think James, like before you got on, James just like mentioned this to him. Like he tried to ask it something it didn't have access to, and it was like for like an hour or something like that. So, yeah, just a heads up. And then why this matters, I think this, just trends with the way that AI is going for just everyone, speed and accessibility. Right, it makes getting Braze data more conversational. Anyone after this is like hooked up can access, get those insights as quickly as they want. It saves time. It reduces dependency on other teams, like we mentioned before. And it kind of ushers us into like this AI-driven workflow future where, like, say I had to do a presentation that's like a quarterly report. I don't have to go look at data we have in our data warehouse and or look at all the campuses that ran that quarter. I can plug this in and get some data. Obviously, you have to test the accuracy of it, but it's a start in that direction. So something that may take you 3 hours could take you 30 minutes in terms of good reporting.
I think the hope is that we start tweaking some of these prompts, make it better, give it pretty clear instructions, and then have like a prompt that everyone can walk away with at the end of each of these sessions. And yeah, it's like what we've experienced with all of our like other AI tools. AI is only as good as the prompt or the user. So I think we have to work on how to prompt it well. But yeah, very cool. Like Braze coming out with this MCP feature, just short, like weeks or months after we were all saying like, where is like this Braze AI integration? We're all waiting for it. So it's here.
And demo time, baby.
All right.
James, I'll pass it off to you. Let me stop sharing real quick.
I am excited for this. Explain to us like we're 5.
Oh, like a 5.
Yeah. Explain to us like I've never used Cursor before.
We're starting from the very beginning, right?
Yep.
I think it's this one. All right. Can everybody see my screen? I'm actually gonna move this here so you don't see yourselves. Can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So we're gonna start with the setup before we get into the demo, and yeah, so I'll be going over how to set it up on Cursor, mainly because we have Cursor already. But yeah, just to get started, we have our Cursor app open on the right side, and we have the Braze docs on the left side. I'll actually be following the Braze docs on the setup and filling in any gaps that the documentation may have. So to start off, actually, it might be better to start off just opening Cursor. So let's go ahead
I
and
was
do that.
just gonna say we're already too many steps in. I don't know how you got there, so
There we go. So I already have the cursor. I already have the Cursor app. So I'm just gonna go ahead, Command Spacebar for all the Mac users, and then you can type in Cursor if you know. I already have it, so I don't want to go through the download step. But there we go. So first, we're gonna open Cursor. Let's give that a second. Oh, looks like I'm already in here.
it took you already there.
Wait.
It might be because you didn't like close it fully.
No,
Yeah, see if you can close those files.
I command quit. Okay, Cursor. Huh. Okay.
Try closing those files.
Oh, just close it fully like that.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna open to this page though.
I think so too. We just want to make sure everyone can follow precisely how we got there.
All right, you know what? I think it's here. New window.
Perfect. I think
All
for
right,
the
new
very
window.
first
So
time,
this is the
yeah. When someone opens
Yeah,
Cursor, they would see
yeah.
this.
Exactly. Yeah. So when
Thank
you
you.
open Cursor for the first time, you'll see this, and obviously we're starting a new project, or we're setting up the or MCP server. So we're gonna just open up a new one in which it'll redirect you to this window. And I have our FNM folder already, but you have a new folder button at the bottom left, which you can create a new folder with a new name. But for the sake of this demo, I already have one set up, so I'm going to go in here and go ahead and open that one.
And actually, real quick there, I think even that
Yes.
concept is still confusing to me. So anytime you open a file or a project on a coding environment like Cursor, it has to be inside a folder. It has to be inside like a project folder in your Mac Finder or your Windows laptop. So that's why James created that folder. And now we're inside that folder and we're ready to make more files or use the Cursor command or Cursor chatbot. But even that concept is pretty new to a lot of people who've never made a folder or a project or a repository before.
Yeah. And actually, technically, I don't think it. Yeah, and actually, technically, I was going to say I don't think it needs to be in a folder. It could be because at the end of the day, all the folders that we just saw, they exist on your computer, right, on our laptops.
Mm-hmm.
And if we just put everything at the top level, right, it could live there. But obviously, for
like desktop, I think.
Yeah, it could live on your desktop, I think. But for organizational purposes,
just one big folder though, like you're very
exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like a tree, right? You just go into more branches as we go down. But for organizational purposes, you do want to kind of divide everything up because how do I know which project is which, right? Yeah. So, so now we are in here, and can we see my top bar as well right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So our next step is going to be, we're going to go into, or actually, I guess we're going to follow the docs. So we're going to actually install UV first. And just to explain a little bit of what that is, MCP is, I believe, is installed in Python, which is why, it says it right there. It's Python package handling. So this command line needs to be input before we can actually use MCP, because this is UV is the package manager, and it helps you set up and run the Braze MCP easily. So you'll install the packages with this command line that Braze MCP needs to talk to the Braze API, right? And everything, obviously, that's all done in the backend. So, and then once everything is installed, it can connect to Braze and allow tools like Cursor or Claude to talk to the Braze data on its own. And yes,
I was going to say, just adding in for those that don't know what Python is, it's basically just a programming language that tells the computer what to do.
And we're gonna go to our. So I have a Mac, so we're gonna be using this one right here, this command. So two options here. Everybody has a terminal on their computer, right? So same thing as what we did earlier. You can do command space, and you can type in terminal, and it'll open this little window. Little, scary looking thing.
Matrix looking thing.
But do not be scared. All you have to do is copy and paste it here. But I'm actually not going to do that. I'm actually going to show you how to do it on cursor. So on cursor, if you do control tilde, if we see the bottom over here, you see how that just disappeared? Control tilde opens up the terminal in your cursor file, right? So go ahead and do that. And it'll, have everything configured already. We're in our Braze MCP demo folder that we entered earlier. Go ahead and copy that and paste that in here, right? Control C, Command C, Command V, and then enter.
Amazing.
All right. So the output will be the following. The numbers look different because we actually have, I believe, a newer version. So ours is 0.9, 0.3. This is 0.8. So yeah, now we're ready to set up the Braze MCP on our cursor.
Amazing.
And step 2, we're going to create an API key. So for this one, we're going to go into our Braze dashboard, which I already have opened up for our for now marketing workspace. And I actually have one set up already. And I'm obviously going to show you how to create an API key on your dashboard. But there's a lot of things to select. So I actually did it beforehand because MCP is only going to have get API endpoints, get permissions, right? Meaning you cannot, and even if you try, I believe you can't, but just to kind of put another safeguard there, we want to only give it permission to the get endpoints, meaning we do not give it any write permissions, so that whenever we use MCP on our cursor files, it cannot change anything on our dashboard. We can only get analytics or look at what our dashboard looks like. We cannot actually make changes or updates to any canvases or campaigns. Yeah. Any questions there?
No, I think just read and write are the terms that they use. Read is pretty much like a view only permission, and write is kind of like change permission. But I guess this page doesn't actually make it clear what's read or write, but I think the other MCP doc does give us a list, right?
Yeah, so it does give us a list, which is available here on all available API functions. And it'll tell you exactly what to turn on and turn off, or toggle on and toggle off, right? So you can just click on whatever you need there, which I will go back to our keys because there's about 38, I think, different keys. And I have all the ones turned on already. So obviously we didn't enable any of the trigger ones because trigger means we're gonna send something or change something. So all the API keys already enabled, and this is all available on this page as well.
And the other way to kind of be able to tell is if you go to each of these API endpoint docs, a lot of these are post endpoints too. Post typically means you're changing stuff, you're writing stuff. So I think the trigger send one, I'm pretty sure is a post, right?
Yeah.
Check the campaigns. It's not there.
It's because we're in export.
Yeah.
Oh,
might be in
it's in messages, and then send messages or schedule too. But
they're all the same.
Yeah. Like all the send ones are post. Yeah. But I'm curious though, like it's so like up to the user. Like, what if I just checked off everything because I thought that was okay? It sounds like there's some safeguard baked into the package, according to the Braze docs.
I believe so.
Curious me wants to try it and just try to like get it to do stuff. But
if you look at the docs at the bottom, look at
it tells you to both not do it, and it says that it won't.
It says don't do it because it might write. I think it's up higher.
Do you think Braze is scared that like AI is gonna go rogue?
I think they just don't know. So like in terms of giving us information, it's like better to
I
not do
don't
it.
think I see it.
I think it's right there in that red.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
Do not.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think it's actually one. It wasn't that one.
No, it is. It says
agents may
as
try
agents may try
to-
to write or delete data in Braze.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like the package is programmed to safeguard and not let them code it, but Cursor's like, nah, the user really wants us to create a user or delete their entire user
delete
base,
all of our users.
and I must obey the user. So yeah. Okay. Cool. That was super helpful. I think we spent a lot of time just discussing. So James, you're saying you pre-checked all the lists that was available in that Braze MCP doc, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So all the ones that are available on this page, I already enable and have the key ready. So
Okay.
Let's actually go back to the setup page. And I believe we were here. Yeah, so we got our endpoint or identifier, which is, I think, the API key. And endpoint is going to be available here as well. REST endpoint, right?
Oh, that's nice. I
actually didn't know that. I just saw it as I was saying it.
I'm always
but usually we would we would just look up here, right? O2 EU, but it was available here, so I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, no, even that, are the API endpoints different than your dashboard links? Like I always
there's a REST API endpoint page. Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Cool. And then next step, we're going to go to cursor. And from here, we're going to go to settings, right? So we're going to go to the top left corner here, click on cursor, settings, and go to cursor settings. And it'll take you here. And tools and MCP. I know it says tools and integrations, but tools and MCP right here.
Crazy.
And here you want to add custom MCP. All right.
Scary.
Just click this. Scary. We're getting real technical here. But now you're going to be met with this empty JSON here. All we want to do is copy whatever is available in the doc and paste it. Command A to select everything and Command V to paste.
Yes.
All right. I know Alan liked that one. He's the shortcut master.
I'm so happy right now.
And then here we're going to have two areas where we need to manually fill in. All right. So that's going to be the API key and the base URL, which we just went over. So let's go ahead and go back to our API page. Copy. You don't want to manually write everything here. You're not going to be able to. So copy, grab everything here. Option, shift, right to go all the way. Select everything. And then paste. Yeah. And there's our key. And make sure it's inside these double quotes right here. So there's one in the beginning and one at the end here.
And right, we'll delete our API key afterwards because it's been exposed. But just, once it's exposed, you got to delete it. But they won't see it until this video is uploaded. So I think it's okay.
Yeah. It'll be deleted. Make sure this is private information. Make sure nobody sees this. This is very important. People can
nobody outside of your organization, maybe even your team.
Yeah. Which actually... Yeah, just don't do it. And then Braze base URL is going to be that endpoint we talked about earlier. Go ahead and select everything. And once again, wrap it in those double quotes. All right. And now our MCP file is ready, I believe. So once you get to this point, you actually want to save it. It should auto save, but Command S just to save it again. And we're going to leave the cursor. So go ahead and hit Command Q to quit out. And then let's go ahead and actually go back in there.
Oh, are you quitting out just to be safe that like everything's saved?
No, you have to quit out.
That's what the docs say.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to quit out.
Right there. It says when you're finished, save the configuration and restart cursor.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and wait. So if you don't quit out, it'll say, so right now it says two tools enabled and list functions and call function, right? But if you don't quit out, it'll say nothing's available here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta give it a little.
So now our Braze MCP is successfully set up. Let's go ahead and send a test prompt. I don't know if they give a test prompt here.
What can we ask?
But all right, yeah. So now it's set up. Do we have any questions on the setup so far? Anything that we might need to fill in the gaps for?
No, I want to see it in action now.
All right. Also, I gotta see what's available in our dashboard first.
I guess to kind of summarize what we've done now, our cursor, which is typically a coding environment, but we're gonna be using the chat aspect of it, right? The chat feature of it. This chat has somewhat of a read access for our For Now marketing dashboard. So yeah, James, let's ask some question to test it out.
Yeah, so I guess first thing we could see is what we already know the answer to is how many canvases are there, active canvases are there in our dashboard. And actually, we can do a little test here. Let's
Let's
actually
say
ask.
active. Let's say active.
Yeah. Let's say active. Yeah. So let's actually ask Cursor first. Is Braze MCP set up in Cursor?
Oh, and
Right.
what's your keyboard shortcut for opening up the chat?
It's gonna be Command L. Command L.
Okay.
Boom. Right.
And we're mainly going to be in this chat, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna be mainly in here. Not even mainly. We're only gonna be in
We're
here if we're
only
trying
gonna
to
be in
talk
here.
to. Yeah.
And
Um,
that's the interesting part, because typically Cursor, when you ask the chat, like it'll start writing files and creating stuff for you. And I
Yeah.
wonder if there's any use of having files and folders for this Braze MCP usage.
I think there
I
is,
think
because
there is.
like
Yep.
you could
Sure.
you can have it retrieve data and then say you want it in a CSV file. You
Okay.
can just have it write a CSV file to the folder you're in.
And then maybe like next time, like keep feeding that CSV. Like
Yeah.
you kind
Yeah.
of build your repository of like files, helpful files, your projects.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wonder if you can
Or
even
even
just
like
save like prompts like in a text file.
Probably, yeah.
I'm sure you could. Yeah. I mean, you could. Not. I'm sure you
Yeah.
could. But even in the example of one of our healthcare customers, yesterday we were tasked to pull a list of campuses that contain a certain link, right?
Yeah.
And for that, you can say, hey, look for this in all these canvases and save it as a file.
Save it.
Right.
Oh, okay. So you can easily download it.
Exactly. Save it as a CSV so that we can kind of, have a
Use it other
report of
places.
that.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets.
Because otherwise it'll just tell you in the chat and you have to like copy and paste and like who knows what the formatting might be.
I actually don't know if it'll tell you in the chat or it'll generate a file by itself, but explicitly telling it what to do is probably a better choice here.
We
right?
can actually test that on this call too. But let's send that message now.
Yeah, and actually, I want to add, when you're using Cursor, a lot of times you want to write "do not write code." Do not write code, within your prompt, because if you're asking simple questions, there are times when it can just kind of go into a deep rabbit hole and just start writing different things for you and different files. So if you just want an answer to a question, I would recommend writing "do not write code" within the prompt.
Gotcha.
Right. So let's go and send that.
That's actually like Peyton's knowledge, the do not write code. Can you make the
talk
chat
to like a third grader?
Yeah. Can you make the chat side a little bit wider? You can probably turn off the whole the whole settings part, right? Make the chat like super wide.
Yeah, I don't know if you can close that middle window.
This one?
Yeah. Can you
close it?
Yeah. There you go.
Let me just make it like that.
Yeah. MCP is responding. 38 Braze API functions are available.
Hey.
That's crazy.
So now everything is set up. And I think one prompt that we can test with is we can ask it how many active campuses are there in our dashboard, right? And we should see 14. But doing a little bit of a test here for ourselves too. Let's try asking active. How many active campuses, right? How do not write code. How many? Actually, you know what? Let's have it write a file.
Okay.
Compile all active canvases in our dashboard and put it into a txt file.
Crazy.
Include the name of the canvas and what else? I think one more thing from the canvas.
Let's try this. Let's try trigger.
Trigger?
We know it's not gonna work, but let's just say it. And the trigger event.
Canvas.
Yeah. I guess
All
we
right.
also could have said like last send date. I think that one it actually can do.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So 24 canvases. Right?
As I retrieve details for all 24.
Looks like grabbed every canvas. Yeah. See, there we go. So we'll mention that after it's done here.
Okay.
Right.
Actually, no, I think while it's running, James, maybe you can explain it now. Why did it grab all of them?
Yeah, so when you say active, it actually does not recognize what active means in this context because once again, all MCP really is at the end of the day is it's working off of your API endpoints, right? So if we actually go into our Canvas list or detail endpoint, let's have both of them
That's
opened up.
campaigns, but it'll be the same thing.
No, it'll be the same, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go into campaign details or Canvas details, there is no active in the JSON here. There is no active at all. So, and this is actually called enabled in the JSON in the endpoint. So if we want to make sure that these canvases are quote unquote active, we have to say we want all the canvases which enabled equals true, right? Because this is a Boolean.
I wonder if you say just is enabled, just using human language, it might get it. But the crucial point is we have to use the word enabled and not active.
Exactly. Yeah. I think is enabled should work as well, as long as you use a language that's available in the endpoint. It should be fine.
Which is super cool, maybe, like discovery. Oh, wait.
Maybe this actually works.
Whoa.
You know what? Maybe we're wrong.
Oh, wait. Scroll up. Can we actually read some of the chat history?
Oh, it says now compile active ones.
Wow.
Why was it doing that last night for me then? You know, it could also differ case by case and like situation.
It's the prompting, and it's like how ChatGPT will never give us the same answer, twice with the same prompt. I guess it maybe got smarter to it's getting smarter every minute.
But I would still keep it in mind to use the language as precise as possible. Yeah, I would still maintain that recommendation. But yeah, let's go ahead and check our canvases now.
Crazy. Canvas context
office, and I'm going to compare it to.
Oh, that is cool. And it didn't give us the trigger event like I was thinking, like it
gave us a type.
Yeah, which that is available in the API actually.
Yeah. But if we were to just kind of compare.
Can you close the chat? Yeah.
Well, let's just close it completely.
So
looks like it got everything in that order.
It's in the order as it appears in the dashboard, huh?
That's crazy.
I think it's last edited by, right? Oh, it's not quite.
Last edited. No, it is. Yeah, it is.
It was good until number 5. The everything baby canvas shows up. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't matter, but
that's still pretty cool.
I'm sure you can actually prompt it to order it by whatever you want as well. I'm sure
you can do it by like last edited or maybe last sent, and then that also needs to match up with what's available on the UI. I mean, that's not important, but like we can. Yes. Yeah. That's crazy. Wow. So.
And actually, do you want to try prompting one more time to get the trigger action or trigger event and see, what it does? Because that's not available.
Or you can ask for audience too. Ask for the trigger custom event and the audience filters. Both of which we know are not available through the API.
And the target audience?
Target audience, yeah. And this also makes us wonder, like, okay, now that Braze has allowed this crazy awesome connection to an MCP server, MCP agent, I don't know if that's the right word, will Braze start adding more data available in the endpoints so that we can ask a prompt like this and actually get an answer? Like, I've always wanted to ask Braze, like, hey, can you make more things available in your canvas details and campaign details? Because that would make these endpoints so powerful. And right now, service partners and tech partners get around it by doing like browser automation, scraping it, or literally manually opening and getting the segments. But if Cursor can spit this out for us, crazy. Okay.
Wow. Let's go and read this.
That's amazing. Yeah. Unfortunately, I need to inform you that the Braze API endpoint I'm using, Canvas details, doesn't include the specific trigger event names or audience targeting. And it's crazy because these are questions that like a customer would ask us, like, oh, can you use the API to scrape everything? And we would say, unfortunately, the Canvas details endpoint does not have, right? Like the audience.
We're limited to what they give us.
Exactly. But I think what I was trying to say is like, this agent is pretty much what we were doing manually but now
Yeah.
it's AI.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taking its understanding of the API endpoints and generating responses, all of which we were doing in the past for our customers manually. But now our
Exactly.
customers can either ask these questions directly, or we can also like show them like, yeah, we can help set this up. Like, oh no, we're gonna lose our jobs. Yeah, that's crazy though. What I can do, have the can to get the full trigger. Can you have it generate a CSV file? Can you make it like? Can you tell it to update our text file as a CSV file?
You very much can. Yep. Into a CSV so I can download it and use it.
With the typo too.
Say please and thanks.
Oh, it is very smart. It'll read through your typos. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
For our audience out there.
So it's gonna take. Is it gonna take the active canvases.txt and turn it into a CSV, or is it gonna create a new one?
Yeah, it's gonna create a new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look. All right. And then
So crazy.
Yeah.
and
Reveal and find there. And then all the files you created get stored in the folder we created earlier.
That's what James was saying about organization.
Yeah. That's about the placement. Yeah. So technically it could live like out on your computer, like screen wallpaper, right?
Or
Desktop, yeah. But you don't want to do that, obviously.
Right.
Because you want to keep things organized. But here's our CSV file.
Dude,
That's
this is
so
crazy.
Because we have
built
scripts.
Tools. Yeah.
We need to build this.
Yeah. So now the question is like, do we just have these prompts handy that are really polished and finalized, and we know exactly what it wants, and we start a new customer and we say, okay, let's get their API permissions, let's run it to give us a sense of like how many canvases are they working with, what trigger types are they, like this is literally one of the features of BrazeSmith, the canvas tracker.
Yeah.
And then
this was actually out of curiosity, but do you think we could ask it to link every canvas?
Try it.
Yeah. I was gonna say taking that last CSV to like another level. I don't even know what this will look like in terms of the output, but like say you wanted to get the HTML for like every step, or
you can, I think.
Yeah, right. So then it's like, how do you link it? And then can you tell cursor, because when you pull the HTML from this, it's going to be in JSON format. So then it's like, can you tell cursor to strip the JSON and just like actually make it like readable, like actual HTML, not JSON format?
Oh, you mean like it's gonna have all these like slash and
new lines? Yeah.
Oh, it could for sure do that.
Yeah.
And then
I'm thinking like a journey, like you can like build a journey.
And then the next thing we're thinking about is how do we take that HTML and convert it to like an image file that we can see it. Which once again, James and I and when we're building render, we did that. We figured out how to do it, but can Cursor do it for us much more easily? Yeah. Okay, I don't believe that this is gonna work because links are also hard, but oh my gosh.
No, you're a liar.
No, are you sure?
It's gonna go to the overview page.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap up with this. I think we already covered more than enough for our intro setup page. The link has always been tough to grab because James, format. Can you go to any one of the links in our dashboard? Yeah, right there. And then thank you. Perfect. That first set of IDs, that 68E7, I'm pretty sure is our dashboard like API key.
That's your
dashboard ID.
That's your workspace BSON ID.
Oh, okay. What does BSON stand for?
I have no clue, but that's the ID. That's the unique ID. That's the Mongo ID that Braze creates for your workspace.
And it's different actually, I believe, workspace too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that if you feed the formatting here into Cursor, it'll be able to do that.
Actually, is that 679A number? Was Cursor able to find that?
Which one? The first one or second one?
The 6789, but no, I don't think so.
9.
It would have to know the work. No, you can only get that. You can only fetch that in the URL.
I think
The
it's another ID that's once again hidden in the back end of Braze that's not in the
Oh, okay.
API.
yeah.
James, I'm pretty sure the ID that Cursor found is the Canvas API ID, which
Canvas.
if you click Analyze Variants bottom left,
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
so E605. Let's go to Cursor. Do we see
Mm-hmm.
E605?
yeah.
It's probably in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not how the links are made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you actually go to go to the currents doc. So Braze message engagement events. If you just type that in the URL.
Braze
Oh,
message engagement doc.
Yep. Message
then,
engagement events. Yep.
Oh, this one.
That one. That might be. Yeah. And then click like any of those clicks. It doesn't matter.
or
Just click one of them.
just search for BSON.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to
BSON,
be in there. You might have to Command F for it. Scroll down. Go to like a click. I literally know it's in here. Okay, so go back up.
Go back up.
Here, go to the top and click. Do like email. Just click all the way to the right. Yeah.
That'll only
Now
show the
go
email
down.
stuff.
Yep. Okay, so stop on that one. Go up. So you see how there's Canvas ID, and then there's this one doesn't even have it. It might be in Snowflake events only. So usually you'll see like Canvas ID and Canvas Step API ID. I know that's for sure in the Snowflake events data table. Canvas ID is the BSON. Canvas API ID is the one that we just looked at.
So there's Canvas ID and there's Canvas API ID.
API ID is exposed to us.
Yes.
Canvas ID is Braze's like backend ID.
You can see this in the query builder actually.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
go to the query builder, you'll see Canvas, and then we always wonder what the heck is the difference.
Yeah.
Canvas API ID is what you just said, exposed in the API. Canvas ID is what makes up the link of our Braze Canvas links, which is not exposed.
Correct.
Yeah. Crazy. Cool. I think we can wrap it up for today. That was super informational, helpful. I think we need to get this set up for our dashboard first. Like we all need to get it set up on our own desktops, and yeah, just like what else could we do, right? Like I think for all of our office stars moving forward, we are gonna try to look for one solid use case. This already was a use case that we can maybe just expand on next week and have like that prompt ready that any user can like copy and paste. But yeah, just what else is possible, right? We'll explore all the different endpoints by category and then think about like really like test its limits.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun. So cool. Thank you both for preparing this. Super exciting. And we'll wrap it up here.
Cool.